How to rebuild your credit with rent payments. I know you're probably thinking there's no way because your credit score took a hit and you don't know where to go to actually help you rebuild your credit because now things are getting back on track and you're just trying to figure everything out. So I'm basically going to walk you through a process of how you can rebuild your credit by leveraging your rent payments. So sit back, relax, grab a pen, get some paper, get something to drink. We're going to get straight into it. In this video, we're gonna be talking about 3 places you can go to right now that does no credit check. Also, we're gonna be discussing if you sign up with one of those places, how does it affect your credit score? And last but not least, since you're in the process of building your credit, we're gonna be talking about 4 laws that can help you fix up your credit, all right? So first things first, if you're currently renting, here are 3 places you can go to right now that does no credit check, all right? Now, the first place you can go to is BoomPay, then Rent Reporters, and Rental Karma, all right? Now, this is just an example, but if you've been currently renting at the same apartment for the last 4 years and you sign up with Rent Reporters, this is how it's gonna break down. You can get 24 months of previous payments added to your credit report, which will help affect multiple factors of your credit, all right? Now, another thing it also affects is you was at that apartment for the last 4 years. Now you get that 4-year trade line added to your credit report as well, which will also affect multiple factors. And I'm gonna talk about that a little later on. However, you're probably thinking about, what about BoomPay? Can I sign up with that? Or Rental Karma. Now with BoomPay, it does the same exact thing. 24 months, and if it doesn't go past 5 years. So if you've been living at that apartment for over 5 years, it only do 5 years, but only 24 months of payments added to your report. It doesn't go more than that, all right? Now with Rental Karma, they do things a little bit different. You can give them a call and check it out, but I know for sure BoomPay and Rent Reporters, and you can sign up with all 3 trade lines because they are 3 separate entities. And I know that's another question a lot of people ask, all right? So you can sign up with BoomPay, you can sign up with Rental Karma, you can sign up with Rent Reporters. Those 3 trade lines, you can add all 3 trade lines to your report, which will then affect multiple factors of your credit report, which also improve your credit score. Let's talk about that right now. So most banks look at the FICO score, and the FICO score is broken down into 5 major factors, all right? We have payment history, we have amounts owed, we have age, we have new accounts, and we have credit mix, all right? 35, 30, 15, 10, 10. 35% for payment history, 30% for amounts owed, 15% for age, the other 10% for new accounts, and the last 10% is for credit mix, all right? Now you have an idea of what makes up your credit score and the different factors that make up your credit score. So this is just an example. The example that we used earlier, let's just say you've been living at that apartment for the last 4 years, all right? And you sign up for Rent Reporters. Now, other accounts do affect your credit score, but let's just say, this is just for Rent Reporters, this is how it's gonna affect your credit score. So by you signing up with this account, it's gonna affect the payment history, all right? The reason why is because you've been currently renting for the last 4 years. So you get 24 months of payment history added to your report. You see how it's affecting your credit score or that specific part of your credit score. Now you have on-time payments for the last 24 months, which will improve your credit score, all right? Now, by you living at that apartment for the last 4 years, now you have a 4-year trade line added to your report. Now that's gonna affect the 15% of your credit score. Now, since it's a new account that's being added to your report, it's gonna affect 10% of your credit score. And also, since it's an installment account, which affects the credit mix, it's gonna affect that part. You wanna have installment accounts and you will have revolving accounts. The reason why it's an installment account is the same as that payment every single month, all right? Now, revolving accounts you want to have on your report as well. The reason why is because it also affects utilization part of your credit score. So you want to have revolving and other factors as well. So for a revolving account, if you don't know what that is, it's your credit card, your charge card. Those are considered your revolving accounts. Installment accounts, personal loan, car loan, student loan, mortgage. Those are your installment accounts, all right? Now that you understand what makes up your credit score and how this affects your credit score, now you can see how by you adding, let's just say Rent Reporters, BoomPay, or Rental Karma to your report, how it improves your credit score. Now, if you have negative things on your report, of course, it's not going to do too much. You want to remove those negative items off of your report first, and you're going to see how these positive accounts improve your credit score. All right. So I'm going to break down how you can actually fix up your credit score if you have any type of negative. I don't care what you have, a charge off, repossession, child support, bankruptcy, it doesn't matter. If it's affecting your credit score, you can use the consumer laws, which is for you, which is the FCRA and the FDCPA and other things. But those are the two main things you can use that can help you remove those collections, that can help you remove that repossession or that eviction or anything that's holding your credit score back. And I'm gonna break it down on some of the laws that can help you fix up your credit score so you can knock the credit bureaus out so the banks can be begging for your services. So let's talk about it. Now let's talk about these different laws that are put in place to help you knock the credit bureaus out. Now, when it comes to fixing your credit, nothing is guaranteed, but the FCRA and the FDCPA is put in place to help you fix up your credit report, all right? And I'm gonna be talking about a process that you can follow to help you remove some negative items. But the first thing I want you to understand is the FCRA, which is one of these specific laws, which is 15 USC 1681 EB, all right? Now, pull it out. I want to make sure I read the specific law. So let's go to it. Whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedure to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates, all right? Now, this is the only law I'm going to read because you can go read the other law so you can interpret it yourself. All right. But I just want you to read that law and understand that one specific law because Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, when they prepare your report, it's supposed to assure maximum possible accuracy. All right. Now, if you look at your report, you're going to see some inconsistent information, especially when you go to a trial merge report. But if you just go to annual credit report and you pull your report and you get one from Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, you're going to see. But to make this easier and simple to dispute, I would suggest you to go to Identity IQ. This helps you. You can get a 7-day trial, but it's going to help you see everything line item by line item to help you fix up or basically see the inaccurate reporting when it comes to your credit report. All right. Now, the first thing you want to do, all right, don't dispute. What you're going to do is clean up your personal information. All right. Go sign up with Experian, a free account. But what you're going to see is different variations of your first name, last name, address. All right. You're going to see different variations of your phone number. If you have a spouse on there, you might not be with that spouse no more. Whatever the case may be, you're going to see job history that's probably incorrect. All right. But you want to clean all that up. All right. You want to have one name, one address, one phone number, and one job history on your report. And if you have a spouse, you can put it on. That's up to you. All right. But you just want to have all that cleaned up. The reason why is because if a lender is looking at your report and they see that you have different variations of everything, they like, yo, how can I trust this person? They look uncredible. All right. So you want to fix all that up. Send a personal information letter. Document everything that's incorrect, send it in, certified, add 2 forms of identification. This is very important because a lot of people forget to add the identification part. All right, send it certified so you can assure that Experian, TransUnion, Equifax actually got your letter. All right, this is very important. Now, just wait some time. Now, if they act crazy, you already know, like I said, they act crazy, you can give them a call. You can give Experian, TransUnion, Equifax a call and just, fix up your personal information. You can dispute over the phone. You can also dispute some of your personal information online, but some of them you're not going to be able to because guess what? It is attached to those negative or positive accounts and negative accounts. All right. So you can remove some of those addresses. You got to send a letter in. Okay. Now, after you submit your personal information, you can also file a complaint with the CFPB if you call in and they don't remove it. All right, you can also file a complaint with the CFPB to actually remove. Now, with the CFPB, it's not guaranteed when it comes to removing stuff, but that's another place you can go to that can help you fix up your personal information. Now, the next thing you want to do is a lot of people get tempted. All right, so I always tell people to opt out. It's called optoutprescreen.com. The reason why is because once you start fixing up your credit, guess what? They're going to start sending you pre-approvals and you might get tempted to apply for a credit card. But hey, go to Opt Out Prescreen. It's not 100% guaranteed that they're not going to send you pre-approvals, but this is just another way for you to not get caught slipping, all right? Now, the next thing what you want to do is send out your first letter or your first dispute letter. Now, what you're telling Experian, TransUnion, Equifax is to do is to check the completeness and accuracy of those accounts, all right? I call this the reinvestigation letter, all right? Now, you can pinpoint the open date last active, but you can tell them, I have the secret letter, so you don't have to do this part. But what you want to do is just tell them to reinvestigate the accounts, make sure the account name and account number, open date last, all that's supposed to be correct on your report, all right? But you're telling Experian, TransUnion, Equifax to reinvestigate the accounts, all right? Now, when you tell them to reinvestigate the accounts, they're supposed to do a reinvestigation to make sure everything is complete and accurate. Make sure you send it certified, add 2 forms of identification. Now, you want to wait 35 days, 30 days for them to do an investigation, 5 days for them to submit the investigation back to you. Now, a few things may happen when you get your investigation back, all right? 3 things usually happen, all right? The first thing usually happens is, hey, you might got some accounts removed. Congratulations. The second thing is the credit bureaus might not respond to your letter. The third thing is, hey, some of your accounts came back verified, all right? Now, if some of your accounts came back verified, what should you do? You want to ask for them. You want to ask them to provide you the description of how they verify those accounts, all right? Because usually what they'll say is they updated the account, they modified. Now that's what they're supposed to do according to 15 USC 1681 I-5, all right? Update, modify. This is another law. That's number 2 that you can also leverage. Now, what they're supposed to do is update, modify, fix what they're supposed to fix. But what did they fix? What did they update? They didn't really tell you in your investigation. So now you want them to provide you a description, which is the 3rd law, all right? Now, once you tell them to provide you a description of how they verify those accounts, they have 15 days, which is another law. They're supposed to provide it to you within 15 days. And they typically don't, which is another violation, all right? So what you want to do next is actually file a complaint with the CFPB, all right? Now, there's nothing guaranteed when you file a complaint with the CFPB. However, that's another way you can hold them accountable, and sometimes you will get some accounts removed from your report. But usually what you want to do is just repeat the process until you get everything removed from your credit report, all right? Now, this is basically the system that we talk about, and there are other laws that you can use, especially when it comes to the FDCPA, all right? Now, if a collection agency calls you, threatens you, whatever, hey, you can use 15 USC 1692C. Go read that law as well, and it can also help you fix or dispute with the collection agency. But I usually tell people to dispute with the credit bureaus first, because if you're not ready to go to court with these collection agencies, hey, don't be trying to use the FDCPA if you ain't ready. But if you need help, if you need assistance, if you don't have time to go back and forth, hey, you can always hire my litigation team. We partner up with the #1 law firm to help you knock the credit bureaus out and these debt collectors, all right? Now, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.